Breaking down Chocolate Boy's character seems like an easy task on the surface. He is a young boy clearly obsessed with chocolate, and this gag is used throughout the show as a long-running joke. On the surface, the character seems harmless, just a funny, quirky kid to show up every couple of episodes and steal someone's chocolate bar. But anyone that knows Craig Bartlett and Hey Arnold knows the Chocolate Boy was a symbol for something far darker. Most 90 kids never picked up on this at the time. Along with the fact that Chocolate Boy is consistently covered in chocolate, he also seems consistently dirty and unkempt. Plus his clothes also seem old and tattered. This gives us a pretty big insight into what Chocolate Boy's home life is like. His family is clearly not in the best financial situation, and it seems some kind of mental illness may actually run in his family. More about that later. Now Chocolate Boy's episode starts out innocent enough. Wolfgang, the local bully, who conveniently has a face like a pig, offers Chocolate Boy an intriguing offer. He says he will give him 10 pounds of chocolate if Chocolate Boy can go 2 weeks abstaining without eating any chocolate. Of course, this idea intrigues Chocolate Boy, however, this is when the episode begins to take on a darker theme. Instead of simply forgetting about the chocolate or trying to keep himself distracted like a normal boy would, Chocolate Boy begins to think about chocolate obsessively, to the point where he is literally licking ants off the ground and convincing himself it is chocolate. It is clear Chocolate Boy is going to need some kind of miracle to get out of this situation. And that's when Arnold, being the empathetic OG short king he is, steps in again like Captain America. He promises to help Chocolate Boy rid himself of his chocolate addiction for good. Arnold reassures him that he is strong enough to quit, and even go through Chocolate Boy's room with him in order to get rid of the numerous amounts of chocolate stashes Chocolate Boy has. Arnold is 100% set on helping Chocolate Boy abstain from chocolate. However, what Arnold does not know is that Chocolate Boy, who doesn't have a real name by the way, has made a bet with Wolfgang. Arnold is under the impression that Chocolate Boy wants to quit on his own. And Arnold's main driving force for helping him out is the fact that he does want to quit on his own. Now, if you haven't figured it out by now, this episode is clearly not about chocolate. Chocolate Boy's addiction to chocolate is symbolic of an addict who is addicted to hard substances. We see this quite vividly as Chocolate Boy literally goes through physical withdrawal while trying to get off chocolate. And trust me kids, no matter how much chocolate you eat, you will not end up like this. This is what serious addiction looks like. Going back to the episode, Arnold helps Chocolate Boy achieve his 2 weeks of sobriety. However, this is when Arnold is slapped in the face with the reality of the situation. Wolfgang actually comes through on his promise and gives Chocolate Boy the 10 pounds of chocolate. Arnold, completely upset and dejected, and rightfully so, vows to never help out Chocolate Boy again. As expected, Chocolate Boy quickly blows through the entire 10 pound of chocolate and is right back in Wolfgang's lap. The bully is now making him dance and bark like a dog for scraps of chocolate. Yeah, pretty dark, huh? It is at this point when Chocolate Boy finally realizes he truly wants to get clean. He finally hits rock bottom. He wants to rid himself of chocolate, and this time, he wants to do it for good, and most importantly, he wants to do it for himself. Chocolate Boy immediately seeks out Football Head for help, while Arnold straight up tells him he'll not do it at first. He eventually decides to help Chocolate Boy after he sees that he is actually putting in some effort for himself. So once again, Arnold dons on the Captain America shield and decides to save the day. He once again helps Chocolate Boy rid himself of the evils of those dark, juicy, Choco Hershey goodness, but Chocolate Boy just can't get it. The ooey gooey is just too good, and he loves it too much. He tells Arnold he's always loved it ever since his grandmother would give him chocolate as a child. Chocolate Boy tells Arnold that when he was a child, his parents did not allow him to eat chocolate. However, his grandma would always sneak him chocolate. They formed a loving bond over this. This was until Chocolate Boy's grandma had to leave town. Naturally, heartbroken, Chocolate Boy turned to chocolate, the one thing that would fill his heart after his grandma left. After Arnold realizes this, he is able to take Chocolate Boy to his room and perform some sort of urban legend elementary school voodoo magic, and bam! Chocolate Boy becomes Radish Boy. He replaces his obsessive consumption of chocolate with something much healthier, excessive consumption of radishes. Now, while this is a solid, funny way to wrap up the episode, anyone who has truly struggled or known someone who has struggled with addiction knows that it isn't easily this simple. But I do commend Craig Bartlett and the Hey Arnold team for even acknowledging and attempting a plot based around such a dark theme. The episode also gets many things correct about addiction. Arnold is incapable of helping Chocolate Boy until he decides he actually wants to help himself and quit for himself. Even after committing to quitting, Chocolate Boy goes through some pretty physical extreme withdrawals and extreme emotional turmoil. before finally realizing the heart of his problem was with his grandma leaving all along. All of this is great, and all of this shows that trauma can affect a child, and you truly never know what someone has experienced in life and how it will affect them as they grow up. However, I think the ultimate highlight of this episode is once again Arnold. He unconditionally decides to help Chocolate Boy, and when he sees that Chocolate Boy lied to him and manipulated him to enable his addiction, he is absolutely heartbroken. He is torn down like a family member would be if they were found their own family member addicted. I think this is something that is often glazed over during addiction stories. Family members usually have to go through hell and back just to try to get one of their family members clean, and oftentimes, truthfully, it only works. 90% of the time, addicts usually stay addicts, and that's just the sad truth of it. And it takes people like Arnold, who are truly people that are empathetic and are willing to give people more than one chance at life, and finally give those people chances to turn around. Now, even Arnold is smart at first, and he sets boundaries, and he makes sure that Chocolate Boy is wanting and willing to get clean for the right reasons the second time he helps him around. And I think this is the big difference why Chocolate Boy eventually ends up getting clean, is because Arnold helps him find the sole reason behind his addiction. He finds what was missing in his life all along, and of course, at the end of this episode, this is played off as laughs as he becomes addicted to radishes instead of chocolate, but this is a real life comparison as you can feel that hole in your heart. But I love that this episode also loves to really focus on Arnold's relationship with Chocolate Boy and how hard it is for him to struggle with the ups and downs of Chocolate Boy's addiction, because even though he isn't in Chocolate Boy's shoes, he is the one right next to him the entire time, and he is really going through the up and downs just as much as Chocolate Boy is. I'd say even more so at the beginning of the episode when he helps him get clean for the wrong reasons, and Arnold is really heartbroken. And I think it's good that the episode shines light on family members and these types of people. And overall, I say an A+. Obviously, Hey Arnold is one of the better Nickelodeon shows, if not the best Nickelodeon show, aside from Rugrats, because that'd always be number one. But anyway, guys, if you want any more content like this, or any more 90s nostalgia video, just leave me a comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys like, and I'll talk to you later.